Hello again and welcome back to the HVAC-Calcs video series. Again, in the description we'll tell you how to get this file, which is made from FileMaker for iOS devices. We're going to take a look at doing some offsets and some saddles. Again, this is the pipe bending calculator, and what you want to do is let's create a new record. And we're going to clear all this. So let's just call this job 4. We're going to give it a name. We're going to call it sample offset. And what we're going to do is we're going to pick a bender. I'm going to use the Rothenberger 7H, which is 3/4 inch pipe. And the bending style, we're going to do marked roller. And all these simple setups are in the first video I made, and we're going to switch this to inch fraction. Okay, now let's look at a simple offset here, and let's just say this will be your first measurement, right? Let's just say it's 8 inches. We start off with an angle of 0. We're going to put in 8 inches. And you have to put the blanks in if you don't have a fraction. And the end angle, we don't know yet, but we'll just leave it at that right now. So let's say you want to do a very simple, I don't know, 4-inch offset. So here's your offset, and this is side A. So we're going to call this, we're going to say 4 inches. Right? And you want to see what a 30-degree angle looks like. So you type in 30 here. You only need 2 entries to get all these calculations. So this will tell you your bend angle is 30 degrees, and this will tell you your run, which is side B, is going to be 6 5/16. So you can first visualize that and see if you want a 30-degree angle. You can change it to a 45, but you know from simple math that if this is 4, this is going to be 4 with a 45. So we'll change it back to 30. So if you were marking your pipe, you start on your end, you make your 0. 0 is right here, your 0 angle. And it'd be an 8-inch measurement. You would make a mark. You actually don't make your marks yet. 8-inch measurement. Then you're going into a 30-degree angle. Right? So now your next measurement, you're starting at a 30-degree angle. When you put in any 2 numbers, in this example, your offset length and your angle, here tells you your side B, and here tells you your side C, your 8 inches. That's your 8 inches. That's your when people use a multiplier, that's what they get, 8 inches. So that tells you, so your next one's going to be also 8 inches. And you're going into another 30. And then you go from 30, and what we're going to do is, let's say your last piece is 18 inches, 18 1/4, just to get it off the 8 number. And that's it. And what this tells you now is you're going to take your pipe, your straight pipe, you're going to mark it. If you're using a marked roller, and this is what a marked roller is, what I call a marked roller is when you have a pipe bender, and it has, this is your roller, and it has the angles marked out. So what you would do is you would take your, let's move this out of the way, you would take these measurements starting from your end of your pipe. You would just make a mark at 8. I'm sorry, you'd make a mark over here at 8, 15 15/16, and 34 3/16. They're all cumulative totals. And those are the marks you would make. And you would take those marks one at a time, and you would go on the angle. The first one's a 30, so you'd put the mark right here. And then you'd make that bend, then the next one be a 30, and so on. That's for a marked roller. If you were using what I like to call a just to 0 bender, which is the one I have, adjust to 0, I'm sorry, you noticed now your numbers changed. You see 7, they changed from marked roller to adjust to 0. And you'll see, notice here, when you don't put an angle in here, this is your total length. It's still going to be your total length. So all your marks that you make, those dimensions you put on here cumulatively, you would set the mark to the 0 and make your bends. And then if you used, and we'll watch these numbers again, if you used a front of hook type bender and measuring system. And on this bender, my front of hook I know is 2 inches. And you'll see these 3 numbers here. So I'd put my marks on my pipe right here, and then I would bend my angles. And that is basically it for a simple offset. Now let's just delete these out real quick so I can keep the same roller on here. Let's say we go to a 3-point saddle. I'm going to zoom this in a little bit here, and on the file you would just pinch zoom. Let's look at a 3-point saddle. People seem to be confused by these. Same kind of thing applies. If you happen to know your height, right, that's going to be 4 inches, and you want to use a 30-degree angle, right? That tells you this measurement from here to here, this one, the B measurement is going to be 6 15/16, and your side C is going to be 8 inches, but you're going to double this angle. So let me zoom back out. So what you're going to do here, let's say again, we're going to switch this back to mark roller. Let's say again, coming up to this first measurement, it's going to be a 0-degree angle, right? Because it's a straight pipe. And let's go with a 6 1/8 measurement, and your end angle, remember, is going to be 30. That's this segment right here, right from here. Now you're starting with a 30, and you're going to go up, and you're going to go your side C, your 8 inches. So we put 8 in here. That's the point. And because you're doubling, right, this is a 60 now. You're going to put a 60. Then from 60, we're going to do another 8 inches. Because that's this side here. And we're going back to a 30. And again, and we'll just say that that's 5 inches. And here's all your measurements again. So marked roller, remember, the marked roller is you're gonna take your tubing, you're gonna put all those measurements on here, you're gonna mark them all, and then when you go to bend, you put all your marks on your angles right here. That's where all your marks will go. If you're doing the adjust to 0 bender, you'll put all these marks on your pipe, and you will put them here in the bender and make your bends. And if you're doing a front of hook, again, you need to know your front of hook from here to 0 on your bender, and that's where all your marks will go. And this will still be your length of pipe. Same thing for a 4-point saddle. We could just do this a little quicker. We'll get rid of these two. Same thing. Let me zoom in a little bit on this one. Same thing with your 4-point saddle. Again, these are just my terms, head and tail. But in this case, let's look at the same thing again. You're basically gonna make it equal, so there's gonna be just 2 basic triangles with a run in the center. So looking at that, again, our first measurement 6 1/8. We're going 0 to 30 degrees, and that'll be 6 1/8. Then we're going to travel 8 inches to another 30-degree bend. Then we have, let's say we have a straight piece 4 inches, 4 1/16, and another 30-degree bend. And then we're going to have another, again, your side C coming down is going to be 8 inches to another 30-degree bend. And then your tail piece, let's just say it's 9 inches. Who cares? 9 inches and 0. And again, you're going to have a total length of pipe of 33 inches. And again, the same thing applies with your front of hook. And you click on this to see your sample of the different styles of benders. So if you're doing front of hook, as this is marked, these will be all the dimensions you mark on your pipe from the one end to the other. And then you'll place those marks right here, and you'll make your bends the appropriate angle. And the same thing for marked roller. Marked roller, all your marks are going to be under these lines with the appropriate angle. And Adjust the zero bender. All these marks are going to be right here on the zero on the bender itself. And that's it for simple saddles and offsets. Thank you for watching.